So, strange thing. We had a typhoon the other day, and it basically passed by the southern tip of the island, so we didn't experience any weather here in Taichung. I mean, not even a drizzle. But now that the typhoon has passed, suddenly it is raining crazy fucking hard. Like, I'm gonna have to check the windows and make sure we're not getting leaks, because that happens sometimes when it comes down super hardcore like this. In other news, it turns out that when people say that you can run Final Cut Pro and do 4K video editing on an older Mac, they are not exaggerating and they are not lying. This one I've got here is a 2012 MacBook Air. It's got the 1.8 i5 in it and 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gig hard drive. And I downloaded Final Cut X Pro, or Final Cut Pro X, and I've been editing 4K video on it like no problem at all. I take all the 4K footage from my phone, I airdrop it over to the MacBook Air. It takes like a few minutes to do that, and then I just load it up in Final Cut Pro, and I'm able to do full-on editing with no problems. I mean, scrubbing, everything. It's flawless, no issues at all. A 5-year-old MacBook Air, and it's not even the top of the line version, and it's doing 4K video editing like it's nothing. So yeah, if you're on the ropes about it, or if you've got an older Mac, or you're looking into being budget friendly and buying an older Mac, and you're wondering if you can do real video editing or real photo editing on it, answer is yeah, you absolutely can. Sitting here making some late breakfast. Today I'm making these Taiwanese style breakfast pancakes. They call them pancakes, but I don't know if that's an accurate description. It's round. These ones are frozen. It's just easy, and they're actually still pretty good. But round like a pancake, thin like a pancake. I'd say it's more similar to a crepe, but they're not made of like regular pancake batter. It's really hard to describe. This one's made of like sweet potatoes and pumpkin and things like that. Other ones will have like green onion mixed in, but they're addictive. They're absolutely delicious, and they're kind of a staple. You see them at all these little breakfast stands around the town. Like every little corner has a breakfast stand. Some lady selling them. It'll be just the pancakes, or it'll be the pancakes that have meat or veggies or rice wrapped up on the inside, kind of like a little burrito. It's really fucking good. So I'm going through my YouTube here, and I see angry photographer Ken Wheeler has uploaded a bunch of videos. And he's being kind of over dramatic, like he usually is. It's not a bad thing. It's just he goes really overboard a lot of the time, and then most times has to dial it back and say, "Oh, I didn't actually say this. I didn't technically say that." I think he just gets excited. But first video he puts out says, "Look. Oh my god, D850 super leak 2 days early." I didn't bother watching that, because right after that there's one that says, "Yeah, now who is breaking the Nikon news?" Okay, didn't watch that either. Next one, "Someone's busted at Nikon." Didn't watch that either. I figured he'd repeat it in the next video, and sure enough, the next video Oh my god, D850 does contain secret weapon tech. And then the last one on this topic, he says, confirmed! Nikon D850 secret inside is BSI sensor and gapless micro, blah 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 blah. So I commented that they're basically just copying from Sony. I didn't mean that so much as a bash on Nikon. Mainly is just like you can't really call it secret weapon tech. Like, Nikon and Canon have both been falling behind the times pretty fucking bad. Like, they're years behind the curve. So when Nikon decides that they're finally going to play catch up and just offer what multiple other companies, Sony, Panasonic, Samsung, like multiple other companies have already been offering for years now, and they're still putting it in what's considered old technology like DSLR, right? And it doesn't have the hybrid viewfinder that Ken was saying it was going to have. Like, there's really nothing especially fancy or special about this camera, except that they're finally offering a BSI sensor, which others have offered for years. That's, to me, does not qualify as secret weapon tech, and it doesn't make the D850 any more desirable.
He's gonna knock out Floyd Mayweather, so Floyd, watch out, 'cause the Irish are coming. You can talk all you want, but you do know.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah. Someone drew this.
Just up here on the roof taking some photos. Sun's starting to set. It was raining earlier, so we got some good puddles up here for good reflections. You get an angle of basically every direction between the buildings. Get some of these mountains in the background. Just kind of switching back and forth between my phone and my camera to see what kind of interesting shots I can get. Hi.
This is so special. When you eat it, it's going to feel hurts.
I'm watching the media stuff on this McGregor versus Mayweather fight. For the record, I've got my money on McGregor.